Within the last 2 years, I moved from San Francisco to Hawaii, and then I quit my job to start my own business. I've made some major life changes, which I'm gonna share about in this video. Hey there, I'm Joanna Lai, and I've made some big life changes over the last 2 years, and I'm relaunching my YouTube channel to share about that. In short, since October 2020, I moved from San Francisco to Hawaii. I quit my job to become an entrepreneur, and I've grown as a content creator on TikTok. It's been a whirlwind, and I have a lot to share in upcoming videos, stories, life advice, and more. First though, let's back it up. I haven't created a YouTube videos in 2 years. You might be wondering who I am, or if you've been here previously, you might be saying, what happened to you? Where'd you go? Where is Mama Lai? Because we all know Mama Lai is the true star of everything. Okay, so I'm gonna answer this. In 2017, I started doing YouTube videos with Mama Lai, my mom, and it was largely a creative outlet, and I loved doing it. It was a way for us to bond, and once a month we would do videos on Chinese culture, life advice, life stories, anything really. But then the pandemic hit and we took a break, and I also moved from San Francisco to Hawaii, and Mama Lai is still in the San Francisco Bay Area. So we can't really do videos in person anymore, but when I visit San Francisco, I will resume the content with Mama Lai. Also in previous videos, I used to brand myself as the tall Asian girl, and I'm still very tall, like that hasn't changed. I'm still 5'10", but I'm not branding myself that way anymore. I'm just Joanna Lai. My mission is still the same as before though. I want to inspire you to stand tall in who you are and be yourself. Own your story and know who you are. Going forward, I'll be sharing inspirational videos that inspire you to stand tall in who you are. I'll share stories from my own life of overcoming hardship, taking leaps of faith, and more. For example, I'll share stories of mental health challenges I've overcome, why I left a stable life in Silicon Valley to pursue entrepreneurship, the challenges of being a tall Asian girl. In this video though, I'm gonna give you a recap of the recent life changes I've made. So I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I had moved from San Francisco to Hawaii. I quit my job to start my own business, and I grew as a TikTok content creator. I'm gonna back up a bit and share the context behind that. In 2020, the pandemic hit, and during this time, I was working as a marketer at a Silicon Valley startup. I'd been there for nearly 4 years. I worked on a content-based meditation app where I developed a love of all things content. I really love content, and I love content marketing. At this previous employer, I was able to grow their YouTube channel to nearly 1 million subscribers and 6 figures of annual ad revenue, and I just loved it. I loved creating content. But that was what I did as my job, and on the side, I was always creating content. I was doing YouTube videos with Mama Lai, or I was vlogging, and it was just a really good creative outlet for me. You know, all this is on the backdrop of when the pandemic hit. In my opinion, with the pandemic, if you were going through trials or problems, the pandemic just magnified all of that. And one way I deal with my mental health is swimming. Swimming is a huge part of my mental health routine, and all the pools were shut in San Francisco, so I couldn't swim. At the same time, a lot of things started happening. It was like the triple axle of doom, and I started going through a depression. And at that time, a lot of tech workers could work remotely, so I decided to move to Hawaii to swim in the ocean. Like literally, that was it. All the pools in San Francisco were shut, so I just moved to Hawaii to get a change of scenery and swim for my mental health. And before I left San Francisco, one of my friends told me that I should start a TikTok account. I was just like, why would I start a TikTok account? This app is for dancing 12-year-olds. No one's gonna watch me. But then she told me, no, Joanna, you will go viral. I've seen you create content and how much you like it. You should just start vlogging your move. And this was a friend who taught me how to grow YouTube channels. She's really familiar with content and algorithms. So I was like, all right, let me try doing it. And I started vlogging. The day I came to Hawaii, that is when I grew from 30 followers to 2,200 followers on TikTok. And since then, I've been building a community. I have about 70,000 followers now at the time of filming this video. That's just something that happened. Is I feel as though my life in Hawaii is TikTok because I just love creating content. It was just a way for me to process everything and share my journey with people. As I was moving to Hawaii, I started sharing honestly about what I was going through and pretty real in a lot of my videos. And then I hit this point where I realized I've always wanted to do my own thing. I was kind of scared to do that in Silicon Valley, but I just needed to take a step away to pursue what I've always wanted to do, which is build my own business. I'm so passionate about encouraging others to stand tall in who they are and own their voice. And how I do that now is through being a content marketing coach, helping people grow their online brand through content and telling their story and telling what's different about them. Yeah, that's what I did. Is I moved and I documented the entire thing. So I was growing a TikTok community, and then in early 2021 I knew I wanted to quit my job, and I did a series of videos about that, because the thing is, I know so many people can relate to that, of feeling burnt out or feeling like you want to pursue a dream but there's stability and all these things. I did a 12-part series on quitting your job, and one of those videos went viral. And when you are on TikTok, a lot of wild stuff can happen. For example, I've been reported by news media outlets. The Washington Post, ABC News Nightline, and the Today Show have all shown my journey of me quitting my job to pursue my passion. And it's kind of wild, you know, seeing myself on the news. It's like I became a symbol of the Great Resignation and quitting your job to pursue something. It's like low-key felt like Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games. Like the Mockingjay was a symbol for something. May the odds be ever in your favor. No, but it was really interesting just having all that happen. And I don't regret it at all, but it caused me a lot of anxiety, and maybe I'll speak about this in a future video. But you know, I shared that because the reality is a lot of people made a lot of drastic life changes during the pandemic. It gave us time to reevaluate our lives and think of what we want. A lot of us realize that life is short and we don't have forever to live. I know my journey can relate to a lot of people, leaving security to pursue your passion, of feeling stuck and not knowing what to do next, or of going through mental health challenges, and that's why I started vlogging on TikTok. I love the community, I've grown there. I've become really good at doing short form content, but I'm coming over to YouTube because I want to have more of a conversation, and there's so many things I've learned that I want to make longer form content about. You know, sharing more details of my life so you can really get to know me. It's like just having a cup of coffee or tea, because I don't drink coffee, or even hot water. Mama Lion and I have talked about this. Asian people love drinking hot water. After every meal, my mom will drink hot water and she says it's the best part of the meal. Really though, the goal is to encourage you to stand tall in who you are. In the video comments, let me know what video topics you would be interested in. In the next video, I'm going to share why I quit my job. A lot of people ask me this, and I'm going to go more in depth into the thought and decision-making process behind this. And to stay up to date on my YouTube videos, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and share this video. I'll be releasing videos every week, and I really look forward to sharing content with you. I think about content so much, and I just want to share my life and inspire people to be who they are. And until next time, stand tall in who you are.